Hector Camacho and Greg Coverson.
Fighters that have that natural ability, and I think if it's going to take any particular fighter to make the weak points come out in a fight like Camacho, Coverson is the man to do that.
All right, Gil Clancy, we've had an opportunity to watch Hector Camacho develop several fights here on CBS Sports. He's just 20 years of age, and certainly if you talk about natural ability, he's got it.
Well, Tim, now that Sugar Ray here is retired, I think that Hector Camacho could become the new Mr. Excitement of boxing. He seems to have it all. He's a southpaw, knows all the tricks of the trade, tremendous hand speed, tremendous foot speed, and he has the flair for the dramatic.
There's not much doubt that today's test against Coverson is his sternest test yet.
Tim, this is the acid test. Coverson is a good, solid professional fighter with more experience than Camacho.
Well, Hector Camacho and Greg Coverson, as we said, hopefully will bring out the best of boxing because they have those rather special skills and bring the beauty to the game. We'll find out shortly if they can produce it here this afternoon in what is a very, very important fight for both of them, because Greg Coverson and Camacho are fighting at 130 pounds here today, but they are both capable of fighting at the lightweight. They've done that before, and of course the winner of this fight will find himself very much in the title picture. And the crowd here has been waiting to see Hector Camacho in his Las Vegas television debut, and we'll be back with round one of this scheduled 10-rounder after these words from your local stations. Irrepressible Hector Camacho and the man who wants to stop his scheme, Greg Coverson, are in the ring. Let's go up to our ring announcer, Chuck Hull.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the day. The war of the undefeated. 10 rounds of boxing in the junior lightweight division. The referee for the main event of the day, Mr. Davy Pearl. Introducing the principals. In the red corner, with a record undefeated in 30 bouts with 18 KOs, weighing in at 130 1/2 pounds, fighting out of Detroit, Michigan, here is the Candyman, Greg Coverson. Blue corner. He too is undefeated in his professional career with 18-0 and 10 KOs. He weighs 130 1/2 pounds. He fights out of New York City, New York. Introducing Hector Camacho.
Camacho is still the following out here. Coming in unbeaten in 18 bouts with 10 KOs. Greg Coverson, 18 knockouts in 30 victories. And Macho Camacho, who in the last time we saw him came in hot pink, has arrived today in all white. And you know that I think he is very conscious of how he looks for each appearance. As we look at the tail of the tape, 20-year-old Hector Camacho standing at 5'7". They both weighed in at 130 1/2. The 130 limit would give or take a pound in today's super featherweight or junior lightweight event. And we see Greg Coverson trying a little Aaron Pryor whammy there from his corner. He is not at all intimidated by Macho Camacho, and we are underway here with round number one.
Well, Tim, as I stated earlier, if this is going to take a certain fighter to bring out some of the weak points in a fighter like Hector Camacho, who is a very talented young man, is Greg Coverson, because Coverson can do just about everything. Anything he wants in the ring. Great movement, great balance. He's extraordinary.
The referee today is David Pearl. The scoring will be done by 3 judges on the 10-point system. Chuck Minker, Dave Moretti, and Dalby Shirley, all from Las Vegas. Mandatory 8 count required. 3 knockdowns in any one round will end the fight. Big 20-foot ring here for 2 very mobile young men. They have both fought as lightweights. They both fought at this 130-pound weight. Camacho ranked number 3 in the world as a junior lightweight by the WBC, and Coverson ranked number 10 as a lightweight as a result of his victory over Davy Lee Armstrong.
Well, both fighters can give each other problems, mainly for the simple reason Camacho has never faced a fighter of Coverson's height, especially that good jab Coverson has. And as far as Coverson is concerned, the southpaw, the quick hands and very fast feet.
Well, I think a lot of people didn't realize that Coverson was as strong as he is and willing to fight inside until that Armstrong fight when he showed those are 2 of his skills.
Tim, for a big, tall, rangy guy, he's very, very strong. He looks much bigger than Hector Camacho in the ring, despite the fact that they're the same weight. I believe that this fight is going to be the kind of a fight that who can dictate the movement in the ring, who can make the other fella miss and nail him with those counter punches. That's going to be the difference in the fight. And there was Camacho nailing Coverson with a good counter punch.
Coverson, called the Candyman, born in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Lives in Detroit. Victories over Johnny Summerhays and Davey Armstrong. Camacho with wins over Johnny Sato, Louis Loy, Blaine Dixon. The current NABF champion at 130 pounds. Hector Macho Camacho from New York. Grave Coverson from Detroit, Michigan. Under a minute to go in round one.
Well, Camacho is going to find out that Coverson is able to change up at times. Change his style because he's a very versatile fighter. He knows he can stand an overhand right. And Coverson, he was so impressive with his showing against Davey Armstrong.
Camacho sends Coverson to the canvas with what looked like a very sneaky short right hand.
Tim, it was a right hook and a straight left hand. Put Coverson on the canvas.
Coverson up at the count of 9, ready to go, and Camacho jumps right on him. With less than 30 seconds, we're down to 15 in round one.
Get your hands off.
So surprised. Was it a left hand deal?
Right hook, straight left hand, Ray.
Final seconds of this first round. Coverson will survive it. Back to us. I wasn't quite sure which punch sent him to the canvas. Gil Clancy makes it with a straight left. Let's go back and see it on the replay. There's a right and a left, and good call, Gil.
Thank you, young man.
It was so fast.
It was fast, typically of Camacho. Counterpunching off that right hand of Coverson's. And you could see he was open for the left hand after he threw his right.
And the amazing thing, Camacho has never been known as a one-punch guy that can knock you out, but he had the power in that punch.
Coverson appears to be just fine in his corner, but he may be a little bit more wary of those quick hands of Hector Camacho. Unbeaten in 30 professional bouts. There is Hector Macho Camacho, 20 years of age, unbeaten in 18. Coverson indicating he's ready to go. He may be more embarrassed than hurt. Round 2 scheduled for 10, and again he's staggered by a straight left hand and sent to the canvas. Coverson on one knee. He'll make it up all right, but again Camacho flicking out that straight left, catching Coverson off balance.
Coverson can't cover up with that straight left hand of Camacho. It comes so quick. It's so accurate.
Coverson reminded me of Pryor. When Pryor gets knocked down, he seems to be happy. He gets back winging. Coverson did the same thing. He chased Camacho. But I think he's chasing the wrong guy.
This is round 2. A scheduled 10-rounder, and the way it's going, it may not go the distance. Camacho in white, Coverson in black. Pride of Spanish Harlem against the Candyman from Detroit, Michigan. Pride of the Powerhouse Gym, a rival of the well-known Kronk Gym in Detroit.
You see the eye contact that Camacho had. Concentration.
Under a minute to go.
We mentioned earlier that whoever dictates the fight, the terms, is going to be the guy that's effective. And right now, Camacho is making Coverson reach, and then he's nailing with those good punches.
Gil Clancy, Sugar Ray Leonard, Tim Ryan, live from Las Vegas. Coming up later, you'll see Alexis Arguello and Aaron Pryor in a classic struggle from Miami last Friday night.
I don't think we should count Coverson out yet because he's starting to land now with a good left hook and overhand right. They're grazing punches at the present time, but I think once he gets in closer and is able to time Camacho, which is very difficult to do, he should be effective.
Coverson just missed with a big right hand. Quickness of Camacho defensively as well as offensively.
He's taking it to Camacho right now, Tim, and he's throwing those punches with a lot. He got a lot of bad intentions with those punches. He's really winging. Both fighters are. Here we expected a boxing exhibition, and we got guys really trying to knock each other into the balcony. Goes to show you, styles in boxing, you just never know.
Well, another thing I mentioned, stamina and endurance. In fact, Coverson was sent to the canvas twice, and he gets up, and he still looks fresh.
Ray, when you're 30-0, that means you're a good fighter, you're a well-conditioned guy. And that's what Coverson is.
Under 30 seconds to go, round 2. Good shot to the body from
Step back. Come on out.
Coverson.
Come on out.
Windmilling that right hand in the midsection of Camacho. 20 seconds remaining. Round 2. Quick flicking jab of Hector Camacho, backing off Coverson. Right hand picked off by Coverson. Left hand, pardon me. Final seconds of round 2. Not damaged in any way by either of those knockdowns, but certainly has to be wary of that quick, straight left hand of Hector Camacho.
Well, you notice now, Tim, that Coverson's starting to change his style up. He's putting more body feints in there. And this is good against the southpaw. You have to be aggressive. Back him up.
Coverson landing a left.
Tim, what I mentioned earlier about Greg Coverson is he reminds me of Aaron Pryor, that even though he gets hit and gets nailed, he always acts confident. He's always got the other guy, oh, you did that to me, I'm going to do it back to you. Very, very confident fighter. And that's very important for you when you're in that ring. Be confident in yourself.
Third round action, live from the Showboat Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Step back. Step back.
All of that left jab of Coverson's very good. A good left hook and right hand on southpaw works every time.
All right, come on out, clean. Come on, step back.
Referee Davey Pearl in there quickly to break him, Tim, and that's what you have to do with these kind of guys. You know, Camacho tries those tricks, he can be a little rough in there inside.
Well, round 3 has turned into a little bit more of a chess match. Camacho appearing to me to be trying to load up. He's already had Coverson on the canvas twice, and looks like he's trying to score that one big punch to knock him down again. But of course, Coverson a little more aware, a little more wary. Under a minute to go, round 3.
Coverson's trying to get close in. He wants to throw those uppercuts, those right uppercuts.
He fights well inside, as we saw against Armstrong.
A very good punch that Coverson is able to deliver, and very few fighters can do that, Tim, is a bolo punch with that right hand. Throws a right uppercut and comes back to the bolo hand.
Camacho banging to the body and tied up by Coverson. Under 30 seconds to go, round 3. Oh, a wild swinging right hand by Coverson. Missed everything.
That was the one that said good night if it landed. But the thing is, he's able to throw those punches now, Tim, and miss, and Camacho's not countering as quickly.
Final seconds of the third round. So the tempo has changed. Camacho trying to land the big left. This time it's blocked by Coverson. Round 4. Camacho quickly to the attack.
And Coverson stood up and gave him that now famous Aaron Pryor salute, where he holds his glove out as if to say, I'm going to get you. He is confident, Coverson, despite the fact that he's been down twice.
But now also Camacho is starting to respect him a little more.
Tim Ryan, Sugar Ray Leonard, Gil Clancy, live from Las Vegas. 10-round junior lightweight bout. Hector Camacho in white, Greg Coverson in black.
Come on out.
Good right uppercut, but then Camacho counterpunch wobbles Coverson.
Right hook, Tim. Now we know he has power in both hands. He dropped him twice with straight lefts. Now he staggered him with a right hook.
And he landed that punch after taking a good shot from Coverson.
Physically, Camacho is stronger than Coverson. Inside, he outmuscles Coverson with those body attacks.
Hold it up. Come on out.
Coverson appeared to catch Camacho coming in with a right hand, but he didn't move him at all with it. Fourth round scheduled for 10. Next will be Arguello and Pryor. Aaron Pryor defending his crown against Alexis Arguello. Now already being called classic fight from Miami.
Watch your holding and hitting now. Come on.
A little rough stuff in there, Tim. Camacho pulled Coverson in with one hand and hit him with the other. And Coverson replied in kind.
certainly has gotten to be a habit of Hector's, and he gets inside, he hangs on, he just stops punching. Under a minute to go, round 4.
Here's that chess game again. See who could make who lead.
Nice movement by Coverson in that last change.
Camacho is such a great counterpuncher. He's able to deliver 2 or 3, 4 punches, and then back off. You throw a punch, you miss, and you come back to something.
He's always comfortable in the ring. Knows where he is all the time. Even when he's on the ropes.
I see now Coverson's trying to throw that overhand right again. He's trying to set his man up.
30 seconds to go to the 20-second mark.
He stalks his opponent down, try to get him in the corner, and set him up. But with a guy like Camacho, it's difficult to do because of the foot speed.
Coming up to the end of the 4th round, scheduled for 10, Hector Camacho and Greg Coverson. Live from the Showboat Sports Pavilion in Las Vegas, Nevada, Tim Ryan, Gil Clancy, Sugar Ray Leonard, watching Hector Camacho in white, Greg Coverson in black.
Coverson just picked the pace up. And he needs to do this in other words, to throw off Camacho's rhythm.
There's the quickness on the part of both fighters. You saw Coverson pull back there from that right jab of Camacho.
One of the things, Ray, that you mentioned earlier was the fact that Coverson had a good jab, but he's not using it now. Now he's pouring with the jab. He's trying to think through the jab to think what he's going to do next. He's just pushing it out there, and he doesn't hit anything. When he snaps it, it's a good punch.
You know, Gil, I feel that Camacho, by him being such a great counterpuncher, and every time Coverson throws that jab, he's aware that he may get hit. And sometimes just too much respect for a certain fighter.
There's the quickness of Hector Camacho. Makes the guy miss, and beautiful counterpunch.
You know, it really makes a fighter think. You throw one punch, you know fully well he's going to come back with 3 or 4 punches.
But Ray, to win, you're going to have to throw those punches anyhow.
Oh, you most definitely do.
Hold up. Come on, out.
Coverson can do some business if he can get inside and stand there and be able to punch, but each time he's tried to do that, Camacho has tied him up. And now Camacho backing up Coverson again into the ropes.
What Camacho does, he gets you completely off balance and attacks you from the side.
Davey Pearl has stopped time here to make sure the laces were not loose from the gloves of Coverson. Now he waves the fighters back.
Davey Pearl is one of the most respected referees in there.
He's done a very good job today, Ray, so far. These are 2 tough kids to handle.
Under a minute to go in the 5th round. An overhand right blocked by Camacho.
You notice the bolo punch that I mentioned earlier that Coverson is able to deliver to the body and to the head with the same punch, same hand.
Round will be an extra 5 seconds with that stoppage. Now referee, big solid left hand by Camacho. Coverson wisely ties him up. Nearing the end of round number 5. Round number 6, live from Las Vegas. Hector Camacho in white, Ray Coverson in black. Tim Ryan, Gil Clancy, Sugar Ray Leonard bringing you this boxing action at the junior lightweight of 130 pounds. 2 knockdowns were scored in rounds 1 and 2 by Hector Camacho. If you joined us along the way, and Ray, talking between rounds, we felt that maybe Coverson is a little bit too wary now and has not been offensive enough.
Well, from those knockdowns delivered by Camacho, Coverson now is looking more so in throwing. He gets inside, he's in position, he is aggressive in a sense, but he doesn't throw his punches.
Going to the body there. Gil, that's what you thought he should be doing. He got that combination of the body in.
To get into the fight, Tim, that's what he's going to have to do. Move his head, and start banging to the body. And then hit Hector Camacho on the chin. You just can't hit this kid on the chin with a good solid punch. He's too quick. And what he does, Camacho lulls you to sleep, gets an angle on you, steps in quick and hits you with a combination. It's very, very safe because you're not in any position to hit him.
And again, Davey Pearl checking the gloves of Greg Coverson, so that will again delay the round timing slightly.
I like the way Coverson psychs himself up, Timmy. He puts that mean look on his face. Big right hand by Coverson.
Camacho leans on him and pushes him into the ropes, and that is an indication he was stunned by it. Now Coverson hitting on the break, a little annoyed at the holding tactics by Camacho, but Coverson gets the warning, so he is prepared to fight any way Hector Camacho wants to.
We might see a change in this fight.
Now things are going to get interesting. We were waiting for Coverson to land a big one, see what happens.
Someone may go down this round. Both guys will start to load up now.
Dave Coverson, managed by Billy Gooch, trained by Del Williams. Billy Giles, the manager and trainer of Hector Camacho.
Come on back.
No doubt feeling the tension of this 6th round. Under a minute to go. Camacho able to block the right hand of Coverson. Coverson picking off the counterpunch.
Hold it. Watch your head now.
We
Come
had
on
a
out.
7-second delay in this 6th round. Right hand miss by Coverson.
Hold it up. Come on out. Step
Slipping,
back. Step
feinting,
back.
dodging, ducking. Two smooth-moving young fighters.
There's that angle I'm talking about, Tim. Camacho's able to hit Coverson. Coverson doesn't know where he is.
Coming to the end of round 6.
Camacho's mouth is now open, Tim, which could mean that he's starting to get a little tired.
Right hand by Coverson scored, but Camacho just kept coming in as though he wasn't stung by it at all. But look at Coverson, it gave him a lift.
It's amazing how Coverson can psych himself up. Exactly what he does.
Under a minute to go, round 8. Bobbing and weaving, Coverson avoiding the counter punches of Camacho, but not throwing enough punches going in himself, it seems to me.
Well, again, Tim, he gets inside, but he doesn't throw any punches. Except 1 or 2 shots. The problem he's making, Coverson's trying to load up with one big punch. That overhand right. He's going to take more punches.
Under 30 seconds to go, round 7.
There's another example. 1 punch by Coverson, 3 by Camacho.
Whoa, he had a great chance to counter right there. Didn't let the punch go. Final seconds of the 7th round. We are live from the Showboat Sports Pavilion in Las Vegas, Nevada. Tim Ryan, Joe Clancy, Sugar Ray Leonard. On the right of your screen is Hector Macho Camacho and Greg Coverson in black.
Coverson is acting like he's the winner, Tim. I don't know what he's shouting at Camacho, telling him to come on and fight. I think Camacho's been fighting pretty good up to this point. Coverson is a confident young man, and he throws that straight right hand with plenty on it.
I think Coverson's trying to make Camacho mad and commit himself to mistakes. Young fighters, especially prospects, always have this tendency to get frustrated when things not going their way. But Camacho's been fighting a very impressive fight.
He hasn't let Coverson's tactics bother him one bit. Very, very calm, good concentration.
Coverson's now starting to double up with the right hand.
Down he goes from a long left hand. He says he wasn't hurt, and I think he's not calling it. I'm not sure
your feet, they can't hold you up. That's why he went down. It wasn't a hard punch, but it's the angle that he hits you from. It's like as if somebody walked up behind you and hit you with a bat.
Third knockdown in the fight scored by Camacho. One each in rounds 1 and 2, and now here in round 8.
A punch that Coverson can't attempt to throw. In fact, I threw it on Kalula, who's a southpaw. It's a right.
He lands a big right hand.
Right hand exactly from an angle.
Coverson,
Left hook.
that's the first time that he really backed up Hector Camacho.
But what he did, he shifted before he threw the punch, and it was very effective. He pulled the Camacho on Camacho.
Under a minute to go. The crowd here loving the action.
Tim, we pointed out before, Camacho has all the ability, but he's also not ashamed to hold. A lot of fighters, I think, it's a disgrace to grab on and hold. He'll hold, walk the guy around, and get his head clear.
30 seconds remaining, round 8. Coverson looking to load up on that right hand again. Camacho will make him pay the price for doing that. Coverson's attitude. He's been down 3 times. He's acting like he's winning the fight.
He's acting like he's the winner.
Final seconds of the 8th round. Hector Camacho looked like he might have caught Coverson off balance a little bit, but he was on the end of the punch. It certainly was a knockdown, even though it didn't hurt him too much. The point is, he's been down 3 times, gentlemen. Let's see that knockdown again from another angle.
Well, the reason Coverson goes down, also he's moving back. He's moving backwards, and the punch did land.
But it was not a real solid, clean punch.
5 seconds out.
Nonetheless, it scored as a knockdown. That's all that really matters. It no doubt gave Camacho the round. Otherwise, a fairly close round. We saw perhaps the best punch of the fight by Coverson after that knockdown when he backed up Camacho in front of us with a solid right.
Tim, all I know is if I was in Coverson's corner right now, I'd say, look, you're going to have to knock him out or they're going to raise his hand, and there goes your unbeaten streak. I don't think Greg can win anymore by a decision.
I would agree. I've got Camacho ahead on my scorecard. That's fairly easy to do with 3 knockdowns. Coverson has just got to come in now and take a few more chances.
Well, he is, Tim, and he's really overworking that right hand now, doubling it up, throwing that right hand time after time.
Hold it up. No punching now. Back up.
Coverson's being instructed from his corners to start throwing the punches under, start throwing some uppercuts. And he should be, especially inside. He should be working more.
Wild right hand over the head of Camacho, ducked neatly under it.
Come on now. Step back.
Tim Ryan, Gil Clancy, Sugar Ray Leonard. We're watching live junior lightweight action. Round 9. Scheduled 10-rounder. Remember, Arguello and Pryor are next here on CBS Sports Saturday.
Coverson has completely abandoned his left hand. It's all right hands now. There was 2 more right hands by Coverson. He's fighting with 1 hand, strictly right hand.
It's difficult for Coverson to maintain his balance because on a southpaw, your left foot should be on the outside of the southpaw's right foot.
That's right, Ray. It's mind over matter. Which guy can make the other guy do what he wants him to do?
Now you see every time that Coverson starts to throw a punch, his foot comes inside. That time it was an outside. Right position.
Camacho's starting to go to work now.
Step back. Come on out.
Coverson is still standing too straight because Camacho comes with that overhand left hand.
Under a minute to go in round 9. There you see again Camacho willing to grab on when he was pinned against the ropes. Not in good position to punch. Have to admire his calmness. Even though he's the one that has scored the knockdowns, he hasn't gone wild in trying to score the knockout. He's just kept his own pace, stuck to his game plan. Under 30 seconds to go in the 9th round.
This is a very good fight for both fighters. They both become even better fighters than they are today.
Again, Coverson loading up in that right hand. 9th round. One to go after this.
Get out. Hold it.
Final round, a packed house at the Showboat Sports Pavilion in Las Vegas, enjoying these two fine young lightweights, Hector Camacho in white, Ray Coverson in black. Junior lightweights they are today. They fight in both divisions, today at 130 pounds.
Hold it up. Come on out.
3 knockdowns scored by Camacho. It would certainly appear that Coverson needs a knockout to win here in the final round.
You know, Tim, the more I view this fight, I see what Camacho is doing to Coverson. So that Coverson can't load up, he'll grab, he'll clinch. He's doing a very smart thing. You know, he punches and he grabs.
Tim, Camacho does not have a mouthpiece, and he told us that he doesn't have a mouthpiece. Apparently his corner forgot to put the mouthpiece in his mouth for the 10th round.
We saw this once before in a Camacho fight against Louis Loy. About a whole round without a mouthpiece. It was earlier in the fight. Didn't seem to concern him. He looked over here and mugged at us.
Tim, believe me, it does concern him. I mean, he did mug at us, and he's very, very calm, but as you can ask Ray, you don't want to fight 3 minutes without a mouthpiece in your mouth.
Oh, no, your lip get busted up very fast.
Well, let's see if he becomes less aggressive. So far, not so.
Tim, I'll tell you, Camacho has showed me things today that I didn't know he was capable of. He can knock you down with either hand. Landed one big right hook, and he's dropped him 3 times with straight lefts. Plus all his boxing ability, plus his stamina. He's going to be a tough guy for anybody to beat.
And especially the fact he's maturing inside the ring and as a man also.
Come on out. Come on out. Get out. Get out.
Well, again, let's caution, we're not the judges in this fight.
Hold it.
Coverson did score a combination in that last exchange, but not a lot of sting on it. Under a minute to go in the fight.
Hold it. Get out.
Camacho counter-punching, then went for the big one and missed it.
And then grabbed because he was a little bit out of position, Tim.
Well, we said they were two skilled practitioners of the sweet science. I think we've seen that today. One is apparently more skilled than the other, with our vote going to Hector Camacho here and 3 knockdowns supporting that view. But we have seen the slipping and bobbing and weaving and counter-punching and movement and fast hands. Camacho lands a combination, and now finally a little sign of weariness being shown by Coverson. Still willing. And there's the end of the fight. Camacho quickly to raise his hand, indicating that he thinks he's the winner. We'll be back with a decision here in Las Vegas momentarily. Right now, let's return to our studios in Brent Musburger. Back in Las Vegas, let's get the decision from Chuck Hull.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the decision of the judges. Judge Dave Moretti scores 98-90. Judge Chuck Minker scores 98-91. Judge Dalby Shirley scores 99-89 for the winner by unanimous decision, and still undefeated, Hector Macho Camacho.
The Macho Man from the streets of Spanish Harlem in New York City racks up his 19th victory against no defeats. Ray Coverson suffers his first loss as a professional after 30 victories. You'll be hearing more from both these outstanding young boxers. Hector Macho Camacho. And so, for Gil Clancy and Sugar Ray Leonard, this is Tim Ryan returning you once again to Brent in New York.